Again for John Breslin. Bum, bum. Oh, they're having good fun there. Merry Christmas to yourself as well, Derek. Right, I'm joined now by, let me see, we're joined by Kevin Corley. Good afternoon, Kevin.
Hi, Aidan. Thanks for having me. It's actually Kieran.
It's Kieran. If I had my good glasses on, Kieran, I could see your name properly. My apologies, Kieran. Kieran, how are you today, sir?
I'm good. I'm very good. I'm very busy.
You're very busy. Well, that's a good thing because you're here to talk about something that I have never heard of before, and you have a business that's going quite well. Tell us more about Bragan. Is it Bragan Skincare?
Bragan Skincare.
Bragan Skincare.
Yes, Aidan. We have a snail farm in the shadow of Bragan Mountain here in Monaghan.
A snail. Stop. A snail farm?
A snail farm. Yeah. We have over 1 million snails on a snail farm in Monaghan, and we harvest the snail slime from the snails, and we use this to treat people with skin complaints or skin issues, or even as a cosmetic to help people's appearance. You don't need it, Aidan.
I don't know about that. Well, tell me, where did this all come from, or how did this all start, Kieran?
Okay. So it's not you. I can't claim to have discovered it. 2,500 years ago, one of those clever Greek fellas called Hippocrates, he is the guy who came up with the Hippocratic Oath. He was using snail slime to cure people with eczema or psoriasis or dermatitis or any sort of dry skin issues, because he didn't have a pharmacy down the road, and he didn't have any online stuff that he could buy.
So you've got many snails, did you say you have over 1 million?
Over 1 million, yeah.
And where do you get 1 million snails from? Do you put hot water in the grass on a spade, or how do you, what do you do?
I started initially with 50,000 breeder snails, and they've done exactly what it says on the tin.
And how long do these little guys, how long do they hang about for? I mean, are they 6 months, or 6 years, 60 years? What's the lifespan of one of these guys?
Okay. So in the wild, a snail will take 3 to 5 years to reach maturity. But that's mainly because they're very fussy little buggers. Okay? They pop their head out at dusk, just as it's coming to dark, and they see if it's what the conditions are like. Now, if it's too hot, they go back inside. Too cold, too windy, too wet, too dry, too anything, and they go back inside. In fact, they can live inside their shell for 3 years and then emerge unscathed. So in the wild, they may only come out to eat maybe once every fortnight. That's what takes them so long to mature.
And I'm reading here as well, celebrities like Jennifer Aniston, Katie Holmes and Jessica Alba, they've all hopped on the snail trail, so to say, and it's also very big in Korea. I believe that's where you sourced your little friends.
Actually, no, I got my little friends from Carlo, so mine are all Irish snails. There was a snail farmer in Carlo who was rearing snails for escargot.
Right.
So that's where I started. I got 50,000 snails from her, and no, all my snails are Irish, no doubt, Aidan.
All snails are Irish, and I mean the slime. How do you package this? Is it a cream, or do you mix it with something else, or what's the story with the? How do you market it, or
okay. So we harvest this slime from the snails, and then we work with a pharmaceutical company in Italy, who can stamp the products and make it all official, make it all European tested and standard, and so on and so forth. So I send them the raw material, which is the slime, and then they make the products for me over there. So they're a contract manufacturer of products.
And obviously this slime, it has been proved, you saying back to Greek days, but on scientific, it actually does have antibacterial properties in actual slime itself.
Yeah, well, snail slime, when broken down, is very rich in collagen, or elastin, vitamin E, vitamin A, proteins, enzymes, hyaluronic acid, antimicrobial peptides, copper peptides, whatever they are, even I have absolutely no idea. Iron, allotoin, and the next one I can't even pronounce. Anyway, yes, it's good stuff.
So if someone had, say, for example, eczema, you would recommend this for that?
Yeah, so we have a product which we would sort of develop especially for eczema. So our product for eczema is called an atopic cream. And we have taken all fragrances out of it because fragrance can indeed flare eczema or psoriasis or any sensitive skin types. So the product is as natural as we can make it. Unfortunately, European law dictates that for a natural product, you have to add things like preservatives. Okay? You also have to add things like stabilizers. So when we started on the kitchen table. We were mixing two products, which was snail mucin or snail slime and aloe vera. Okay, but those two products, because one is denser than the other, they would separate it, and we'd have the two of them sitting in the bottle, one on top of the other. But I mean, we all know, shake the bottle and that'll mix. But in law, you're not allowed to have it so that they're separated. They have to be constantly mixed, constantly stabilized, and hence the cosmetics or the pharmaceutical companies have to add stabilizers.
And how many products have you got, Kieran? Obviously, you've got one for eczema. Do you have different products for different solutions?
Absolutely. I think we're up to 9, Aidan. So we have 3 cosmetic products. Okay, that's made up of a hand cream, a body cream, and an anti-aging face cream. And in fact, I'm a bit weary about this. I've had complaints about the anti-aging. Some of the ladies that are using it, they haven't been let on the bus with their bus pass anymore. People just think they're too young.
I like it. I like a man with a sense of humour.
on the healing side of the fence, then we have an atopic cream, which is a moisturizer for your skin. We would recommend that for psoriasis or eczema or any dry skin issues, really. Then we have a scalp soothe and a shampoo, because a lot of people have these issues with their scalp, where they have irritated scalp as a result, possibly of eczema, but many other things as well.
And where can you purchase this? Is it online only, or is it available in retail, or where if I was looking for it?
Sure. Well, we're online primarily at Bragan, Bragan, skincare.com. But I have a couple of outlets in and around Monaghan, where I'm based, who stock the product for me. But I think I'm going to try to stay mostly online.
And these little guys, how long have you been doing this, Kieran?
So we've been farming snails for 4 years. We brought our first product to the market in July of 22. So we're at it sort of 17, 18 months.
And what do you do with your little friends when they expire? What's the story with them? Is there a recycling process with that, or what's the story with those?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of things. Okay, so firstly, the snail, if a snail lays eggs or if it breeds, it will pass away. 99% of them will die. I'll give you a very brief outline of that. So when the eggs are fertilized, it carries up to 100 babies in their eggs just underneath the shell. Okay, but as those babies grow and they consume the egg from the inside out, the last thing the mother snail will do is lay those eggs, and then she passes away. But she lays the eggs about an inch down into the ground. Those little guys will consume the outer. It's not a shell, it's more like a membrane. That's the last thing they will consume, and that gives them sufficient calcium to make their first shell, and that shell will grow with them as they mature.
Very good. So it's self-cleansing, recycling itself, basically, yeah. Kevin, it's been an absolute mind-blowing interview this afternoon. I mean, when I seen somebody snail farm, I thought, my goodness me, this must be. But when I'm reading about it, I'm reading about Jennifer. I mean, if Jennifer Aniston using a similar product, or Katie Holmes, I mean, there's something in it. There definitely is. These guys, and you've cracked. It's telling me here that the worldwide market was worth 550 million, and towards the end of the decade it'll be worth over $2 billion by the end of the decade. So there's definitely something in it. It's definitely working. You don't have predictions like that if it's not working. So $2 billion by the end of the decade, and you're in it now in 2023.
Yeah. Unfortunately, those ladies are not using my product.
No, I understand that, but they're not using your product yet. Steady.
yes, absolutely.
But they are using some similar products, which obviously is good for your product, because it's basically saying that we.
Yeah. So actually, I'd like to say a thank you, because the biggest customer base that I have outside of my own county, Monaghan, is Donegal. There are an awful lot of customers in Donegal, and I'd really like to thank them, because when you start, and the first product or the first order or the first 10 orders are extremely important. But a lot of those, I could say, came from County Donegal. So I'd like to thank you.
That's always know what that was. It's always great to have that. And do you have any orders from around the world apart from here in Ireland on your website? Do you have
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Markets all over?
The US, Canada, Australia, Sri Lanka. This week I had my first order from Dubai, Spain, Italy, Germany, France, Slovakia, obviously England, Wales and Scotland, as well as here at home. So I've sent product to all of those countries.
That's brilliant, Kieran. Absolutely. Kieran, it's been an absolute joy. You're all set for Christmas yourself, are you? Yeah?
I have a few orders to get out yet, Aidan.
No rest
Under a bit of pressure, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
That's Kieran Corley from Bragan Skincare. You get more information on braganskincare.com, Kieran, is that correct?
That's right, Aidan. Thank you very much for having me on.
You have a good Christmas, Kieran, and thanks very much for joining us on the programme this afternoon. That's Kieran Corley there from